It's Chill Facts Daily. Get ready to have your mind blown because today we're diving into a world of crazy, unbelievable facts. We're talking about the Eiffel Tower growing taller, strawberries not actually being berries. I know, right? And honey that lasts longer than your grandma's fruitcake. First up, the Eiffel Tower, that iconic symbol of France. During the summer, this metal masterpiece can actually grow up to 15 centimeters taller. It's all thanks to thermal expansion. When things heat up, the molecules move faster and spread out. So when the sun bakes the Eiffel Tower, the iron expands, making it taller. Then as it cools down, it shrinks back down. It's like the tower is taking a deep breath in and out. Get ready for this. Bananas are berries, but strawberries aren't. In botany, a berry is a fruit that comes from a single flower with one ovary and has its seeds inside. Think grapes, blueberries, even watermelons. Bananas fit this definition perfectly. They develop from a single ovary and their tiny seeds are right there in the middle. Strawberries, on the other hand, are accessory fruits, meaning the fleshy part we eat comes from the stem of the flower, not the ovary. So, next time you're at the grocery store, you can impress your friends with this fruity fact. Just don't blame me if they look at you like you're a little bananas. We're blasting off to space now, to a planet where time gets really weird. Venus! Imagine a place where a day is actually longer than a year. Sounds impossible, right? But on Venus, it's just another day. Or year. You get what I mean. Here's the deal. A day is how long it takes a planet to spin once on its axis, and a year is how long it takes to orbit the Sun. Venus rotates incredibly slowly, like it's stuck in slow motion. It takes a whopping 243 Earth days to complete one rotation. But here's the kicker. Venus zips around the Sun much faster than Earth, taking only 225 Earth days to complete an orbit. So a Venusian year is actually shorter than a Venusian day. Can you imagine celebrating your birthday before the sun even rose from the day before? Here are some fun and crazy facts that most people don't know about celebrities. Did you know that Nicolas Cage once bought a pet octopus to help with his acting? Or that Tom Hanks collects vintage typewriters? And here's a wild one. Lady Gaga's stage name was inspired by the Queen song Radio Gaga. Continuing with more fun and crazy facts about celebrities. Did you know that Keanu Reeves gave away most of his earnings from The Matrix to the special effects and costume design teams? Talk about generosity. And here's another jaw-dropper. Mila Kunis actually lied about her age to land her role on That 70s Show. She was just 14 when she auditioned, but she said she was 18. Bold move, Mila, and it's certainly paid off. Stay tuned for more mind-blowing facts. Let's talk about honey, the sweet nectar that's basically immortal. Archaeologists have found pots of honey in ancient Egyptian tombs that are over 3,000 years old. And guess what? It's still edible. Honey is super low in moisture, which means bacteria and other microorganisms can't survive in it. It's like a fortress of sweetness that nothing can penetrate. So next time you see a jar of honey, remember, it's practically a time capsule of deliciousness. Have you ever tried to count all the stars in the sky? Yeah, me neither. It's pretty much impossible because there are more stars in the universe than grains of sand on all the Earth's beaches combined. Scientists estimate there are around 100 billion trillion stars in the observable universe. That's a 1 with 22 zeros after it. Now let's talk sand. There are roughly 7.5 quintillion grains of sand on Earth. That's a 7.5 with 18 zeros after it. Still a huge number, but it's dwarfed by the sheer number of stars out there. It's mind-boggling to think about how vast and mysterious the universe truly is. Octopuses. They're like the ninjas of the sea with their camouflage abilities and those crazy tentacles. But did you know these creatures are even weirder than you thought? They have 3 hearts, blue blood, and 9 brains. They have a central brain in their head and then a mini brain in each of their 8 arms, giving them incredible control and processing power. Octopuses have a copper-rich protein called hemocyanin in their blood that makes it blue. It helps them transport oxygen in cold, low-oxygen environments. Octopuses are proof that truth is often stranger than fiction. Flamingos, those pink, long-legged birds that always seem to be hanging out in large groups. But did you know that a group of flamingos is called a flamboyance? How fitting is that? They're known for their synchronized dancing, where they move together in unison, like a perfectly choreographed ballet. They're also incredibly social birds, living in colonies that can number in the thousands. And get this, they're actually born grey. Their pink color comes from the pigments in the algae and crustaceans they eat. So next time you see a group of flamingos, remember it's not just a flock, it's a flamboyance. Wars. They're usually long, drawn-out affairs, right? Well, not always. The shortest war in history lasted a mere 38 minutes. In the case of the Anglo Zanzibar War of 1896, it was enough to secure a decisive victory. The war was fought between Great Britain and the Zanzibar Sultanate, a small island nation off the coast of East Africa. It all started when the pro-British Sultan died, and his cousin Khalid bin Bargash seized power. The British weren't too happy about this and demanded he step down. Khalid refused, and the British, having a slightly larger navy at their disposal, decided to settle things with a bit of a bombardment. At precisely 9 a.m. on August 27, 1896, the British warships opened fire on the Sultan's palace and a few other strategic targets. By 9:38 a.m., the Sultan's forces were defeated, and Khalid had fled to the German consulate. The war was over before most people had finished their morning tea. Chess. It's the ultimate game of strategy and intellect. But did you know that there are more possible iterations of a game of chess than there are atoms in the known universe? After just a few moves in chess, the number of possible game variations explodes exponentially. Mathematicians have calculated that there are more than 10 to the power of 120 possible games of chess. That's a 1 followed by 120 zeros. The estimated number of atoms in the observable universe is around 10 to the power of 80. So even if every atom in the universe played a game of chess every second since the Big Bang, we still wouldn't come close to exhausting all the possible outcomes. Talk about a game that's practically infinite. We're ending things on a slightly cheeky note with a fact about turtles. Some species can actually breathe through their butts. Okay, it's not quite as simple as that. Some aquatic turtles, like the North American eastern painted turtle, have developed a remarkable adaptation called cloacal respiration. The cloaca is a multi-purpose opening in a turtle's body used for excretion and reproduction. But in some species, the cloaca is also lined with specialized blood vessels that can absorb oxygen from the water. So when these turtles are submerged in water, they can take in oxygen through their cloaca, allowing them to stay underwater for extended periods without coming up for air. It's a pretty ingenious adaptation, even if it is a little bit strange. And there you have it, folks. 10 weird and wonderful facts that prove the world is a truly strange and amazing place. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed these mind-blowing facts, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more amazing content. Until next time, stay curious.